everyone, Tony Winston, Jazz Piano College. Welcome. We're going to cover the song Autumn Leaves. I've covered it before, but I had a few viewer questions that I'm going to answer in this video. But what I'm going to do is cover a whole lot of stuff. I mean, everything from beginner stuff to some pretty advanced things. So there will be timestamps down in the description. So if you're a more advanced player, you can skip over all the easy stuff. Okay, makes sense? All right, so here's what I'm going to cover. We're going to do this in the key of G minor, which means we're going to start on a C minor, and the relative major here is B flat, so we're going to be using the B flat scale a lot. Left-hand chords, very basic, like this. Some open voicings, and I've got PDFs down in the description for most of these topics. Stuff like this. Tritone subs, and they're not exactly tritone subs, but they kind of are and they kind of aren't. So it's going to be stuff like this. I'm going to cover some other subs, which are like, you could call them negative harmony, but they're kind of the backdoor 2-5-1. So it's kind of like I'm going to cover those fast chords at the end. And a great reharm. I'm going to talk a little bit about block chords. I'm going to cover the so what chord. And I'm going to show you how to use the so what chord as a dominant chord, all right? Most people just use it as a minor chord, you know, there it is as a minor chord. We're going to cover some improvisation. We're going to use the B-flat scale a lot, the other scales that are very, very useful, such as the altered scale. And my question came from a classical player, you know, how do you learn to use these scales and improvise with them? A little bof about comping. Of course, we're going to use the so what chord. And then we're going to do stuff like this on basic left-hand chords, all four notes in root position on almost all of them. Could have done it up here. And many times this is played as a G minor sixth. As an inversion there to stay out of your way, or many times you go B flat to an E flat here. Not every chart will have that. Now, let's just go through the cycle of fifths. Here you can play a major seventh chord, a major sixth chord, or a dominant chord. I like the dominant chord. And once again, either the minor, when you're in the root chord, you know, we're in G minor, so it could be in a minor song like this. A lot of times it's a minor sixth, so you just decide the sound that you want there. Either one's good. Now, another way to get through this is to use the cycle of fifths, but with what we call tritone substitutions, and I'm not going to really explain this. I'm just going to go down chromatically using a dominant seventh chord, then a minor chord, and a dominant 7th chord, and then we end up back on E flat again. Probably leave the 5th out there, like that. And then F minor, and then you could go to an inversion of B flat, or just go down another half a step to a dominant chord, because this is a tritone away from B flat, and the 7th and the 3rd are the same for B flat or E. See? Though in B flat, this is the 7th and this is the 3rd. In E, this is the 3rd and this is the 7th.